Okay, Charles LeBlanc here, and I hope the battery doesn't die. It's been pretty hectic the last few days. I'm not going to talk about Bernard Richard, his verdict. We all know that is no good. But anyway, we'll talk about that afterward, maybe next week. Now, I was in court a couple of weeks ago to appeal the one that I pleaded guilty, which the Fredericton Police Force was really involved in the court system. Anyway, it's funny because this morning I received an email, and voila, this is the verdict of the Court of Appeal of New Brunswick. Now, I never opened it. As a matter of fact, I arrived there, they gave me 2 pages. I said, can you put it in an envelope? I don't want to see the verdict until I had my little say here. The Court of Appeal, I was told by lawyers, what do you want to appear in front of them for? They hate bullshit. They want facts. You'll be lucky if you get 10 minutes. Now the guy said 8 minutes with them. Well, I spoke an hour. It wasn't the same as I appear in front of Judy Clenbenning. Judy Clenbenning, like I told them right at first, I said, these judges were friendly. They even asked me if I want to be served in French. I said, well, je parle le chiac. They said, oh, le chiac, on parle tout le chiac. They were so friendly. I said right from the start, Judy Clenbenning, when I appeared, I couldn't hear her voice. I said, could you speak louder? At the beginning, 45 seconds into the hearing. She says, can you hear me now? So, I told the judges that. I said, oh, Mr. LeBlanc, they look at it. Yes, that's what it says. Can you hear me now? Well, it doesn't say the tone of her voice, what she said, right? So they took that into consideration. The prosecutor, oh my God, Levine, he was going, duh, The judges, they hit him with a right, with a left, with an uppercut. They were just, he didn't know what to do. So, at the end, they said, well, Mr. LeBlanc, as promised, you have the last word. I said, well, after all that, my ADHD is telling me to ferme la bouche, in other words, shut up. But my Scottish side is saying, you know, go ahead for a couple more notch. I spoke 2 or 3 minutes because the prosecutor, they didn't do a good showing at all. So at the end, they congratulated me for a job very well done. And so I left there. It was good. But it scares me to have 3 smiling judges looking at you and be so nice. I don't expect to win because we know the less fortunate don't stand a chance in the courtroom. Will the judge say, we agree that the racist members of the Fredericton Police Force can do the dirty work inside the courtroom? This is what this was all about. So, I don't expect, because like I said, we're there to win, not to lose. So what I'm going to do, if the battery don't die, we'll use this as far as we can. This morning I got the verdict, and here we go. Can I have the envelope, please? Like I said, we don't expect too much. One page? They didn't go in no details, so it must be very bad news. Look at that. Okay. Charles LeBlanc seeks leave to appeal a decision to the summary conviction dated July 6, dismissing his appeal from conviction on the charge of causing a disturbance in a public place. And the quit. I'm gonna go fast. Okay, other cases. Section of the Criminal Code provides that an appeal only lies to the Court of Appeal from a decision of the summary conviction appeal court. Question of law alone. Time and again, this court has stated the withdrawer guilty plea, of course bad news, involves a question of mixed law and facts. Miller at para 6. I thought they said they didn't go by case law. Stated then, in the circumstances in this case, we would have no jurisdiction to allow the appeal if leave were my glasses are dirty, if leaves were granted, because of the issue raised do not involve the question of law alone. For those reasons, we dismiss Mr. LeBlanc's application for leave to appeal. So, we know that the justice system doesn't work. The justice system is against the poor. The Court of Appeal in New Brunswick said that police can do the dirty work within our court system. Julian Dixon, he wanted me to sign papers not to be in the corner of Westmoreland and King, which I refused to sign because I had to go across the Westmoreland Bridge. So I said, I can't sign that. Judy, what's her name, Mary Jane Richard, signed papers to have my place searched under Section 301. So that's found unconstitutional in 4 other provinces. So our justice system in New Brunswick, we're in big, big, big trouble. So I strongly urge the provincial government to launch a public inquiry to look into our justice system, into our racist police force, and the fight will continue.